I want would be?
Voglio.
Voglio. I want it?
Lo voglio.
Lo voglio. And I don't want it?
Non lo voglio.
Non lo voglio. I want to do it.
Voglio farlo.
Voglio farlo, yes. But you can also say
Lo voglio fare.
lo voglio fare. Words in Italian do not end in a consonant. There are only few words, but those few words are taken in from other languages, but not really Italian words. So fare. What do you want?
Cosa vuole?
Cosa vuole? Do you want it?
Lo vuole.
Lo vuole? Don't you want it?
Non lo vuole?
Right? Non lo vuole? Why don't you want it?
Perché non lo vuole?
Perché non lo vuole? I want it, but not now.
Lo voglio, ma non adesso.
Non, yes, lo voglio, ma non adesso. What are you saying?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cosa dice?
Right. Cosa dice? Cosa dice? Why don't you tell me?
Perché non mi dice?
Non mi.
Perché non mi dice?
Right. Perché non mi dice? If you want to say, why don't you tell it to me?
Perché non lo mi dice?
That the personal comes before.
Oh, perché non mi lo dice?
Yeah, say it again.
Perché non mi lo dice?
That's what it should be, yes. Perché non mi lo dice, but it isn't.
Oh.
Yes, no, because when you get two pronouns together, me, it, yes, then instead of me lo, the I changes to an e, melo. It's like just to connect the e. E means and, yes, e, to connect it, yes, melo. Think of connecting.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you would be, oh no, okay, yes, how would you say I'm going to tell you? I'm going to tell you later.
La dice, la dico, no, lo dico domani? Well, oh no, più tardi.
Più tardi. Yes. Lo dico would be I'm telling it.
Oh.
Now I'm telling you meaning to you, if you implies to you, would be lei. Lei. L-E, lei. So I'm telling you would be
Le dico.
le dico, yes, le dico. So le dico would be I'm telling you, or I'm going to tell you, yes. Le dico. Of course, you can also say, I will tell you. Do you remember how to do that?
Le...
Dire.
Oh, dire.
Dire. Dire.
Latin.
So dire. Dire is to tell. I'm telling is
Dico.
dico. You are telling or you are saying would be
Dice.
dice. Yes, dice. But to tell is
Dire.
dire. And I will tell would be
Dirò.
dirò, right. Yes. So for will, I will is always the ro. The R of the verb, of the full verb, of the infinitive. All verbs have an R. That's the one you hit. So dirò, yes. So always, when also for comprehension, whenever you hear the ro or the ra, and as a verb ending, that means will, future. Ro, ra, and remo. Remo for we will. To understand is
capire.
capire, yes. So I will understand.
Capirò.
Capirò, yes. To speak.
Dire.
That is to say or to tell.
Oh. Oh, parlare.
Parlare, parlare. Yes. Now, what are verbs, however, and those are most verbs in Italian, and in are, by far most. For the future, instead of using the whole verb parlare, or parlarò, the aro changes to ero.
Right.
Now, in spelling, the A changes to an E. It's simple. So, because it's also easier to pronounce instead of parlarò. Yes, parlarò. Yes. So, if you want to say to see.
Vedere.
Vedere. Now, I will see, however, you contract a little bit to try it.
Vero?
No,
oh,
vedrò.
Oh, vedro.
Vedrò. Instead of vederò, vedrò. So, he will see.
Vedre.
He. With will,
Yeah.
with the future tense, I will is always ro.
Yes.
And he will is ra.
Ra.
Ra and ra. Ra
Okay.
and ra.
Right.
With all verbs.
Okay.
All.
Vedrà.
Vedrà. Yes, and you have to hit. For will, you have to hit the endings. Ra and ra. Ra and ra. Ra and remo. And remo for we will.
Vedremo.
Vedremo, we will see.
Right.
So vedrà would be you will see, he will see, she will see, it will see. Vedrà. So I will see it.
Lo vedrò.
Lo vedrò. He won't see it.
Non lo vedrà.
Right. Non lo vedrà. We will see it.
Lo vedremo.
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 Oh, lo vedremo.
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 I will see you later. You and her is the same.
Lei
No. Le would be to you.
Oh.
Meaning you, but implying to you. Like, I will bring you something to you, or I will tell to you, say to you. Yes, that would be le. But if you does not imply to you, then you use la. So, I will see you would be
La vedrò più tardi.
più tardi. Yes.
Tardi.
Right. La vedrò più tardi. He will not see me.
Non mi.
Mm-hmm.
Non mi vedrà.
To give is dare. To donate, dare. To give, dare. What do you think would be I give?
Do.
Right. He gives would be
Da.
Yes. He gives me something.
Cosa mi dare? No. Cosa mi dà?
Cosa is what?
Oh.
Something is
Qualcosa.
Qualcosa. So he gives me something.
Mi dà qualcosa.
Right. Mi dà qualcosa. Why don't you give me the book? The book is il libro. Library, libro. Il libro. Why don't you give me the book?
Perché non mi dà il libro?
Right. Perché non mi dà il libro? How would you say, why don't you give it to me? No.
Perché?
Perché?
Perché non mi dà adesso?
Yes, but why don't you give me now? Why don't you give
Oh.
it to me now?
Perché
Perché?
non me lo...
Very good. Very good. Do it again. Say it again.
Perché non me lo dà adesso?
Very good. Perché non me lo dà adesso? So instead of milo becomes melo. To bring is portare. Portare, to carry, to bring. How would you say, I'm going to see you tonight, and I will bring you the book.
Vedo...
I'm going to see you.
Ah. La vedo?
La, once more.
La vedo.
Right, la vedo tonight. Very good.
Stasera.
Right. La vedo stasera.
La vedo stasera.
So you cannot say I'm going to see you, but I see you or I will see you. So la vedo stasera, and I will bring you the book.
E porterò.
I will bring you the book.
E le.
Right, yes, because
Okay.
here it is now, I'm going to bring you, meaning I'm going to bring to you. Le.
E le porterò il libro.
Right, yes. E le porterò il libro. So you see the difference between I'm going to see you, or I see you. It's not I see to you, it's la vedo. The present tense is used very, very much also to express the future. La vedo e le porto il libro. So I see you and I bring you the book tonight, stasera. And I will give him. Him would be, if you want to say, I'm going to give him the book. Him, meaning to him, is gli, spelled G-L-I, gli. So I will give him the book would be
Gli porterò il libro.
That is, I will bring him, yes. How would you say I will give him?
Gli
Gli
darò
right.
darò il libro.
Right. Gli darò il libro. I'm going to tell him.
Is this a li as well, or lu? I'm going to tell to him. So do you say
Yes.
li?
What is to tell?
Dico.
Okay.
Or parlo.
That is to talk.
To talk. Dico.
Parlare is to talk or to speak. So gli parlo would be I'm talking to him.
Gli dico.
Gli dico is right. Gli dico. I'm telling him. Or I will tell him would be
Gli.
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 Yes, G-L-I. Gli.
Gli.
Yes, gli. Yes.
Gli.
So it's just not just an L.
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
but
no.
G-L. Gli. These are not two hits, not two, but only the ending. Dirò. Gli dirò. So I want to tell him.
Voglio
Okay.
Voglio gli dire. Voglio. Lei? No.
When you have the second, when you use the second verb.
Dire.
dire, and to tell him, when you have the whole verb, you hook on the pronoun.
Voglio dirgli.
Gli.
Gli.
Yes. Voglio dirgli actually means I want to tell him. I want to tell him. What I want to do now is to sharpen the awareness of your own language, meaning of English, which is very important. Very important. Now, I asked you, I did not say I want to tell him, but I said, I won't tell him. I won't tell him in English. It's not I want to tell him. This is what you gave me. What does it mean I won't tell him? Instead of I won't tell him, in English, I
will not.
I will not tell him. If this is what you want to say, there's a big difference between I want to tell him, this is what you gave me, or I won't tell him. A difference between I want to tell him or I won't tell him. Big difference. So I won't tell him is I will not tell him. This is what you will say in Italian.
Sorry, misheard.
No, that's all right,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Because that it is important. So how would you say I won't tell him?
Non gli dico.
Non gli dico is I'm not telling him. Yes.
It's not
I
really
don't tell
won't
him.
though, is
Yes.
it? It's not really won't tell him.
Well,
is
it could be if you can give a time element in the future. I'm not telling him tomorrow. I don't tell him tomorrow. Non gli dico domani. Non voglio gli dire does not exist correctly. Yes, because the positioning of the pronoun of him, it, me, you, and so on comes if you have the infinitive, the full verb, then it's either hooked on or it comes way up front. If you want to say, I don't want to tell him. Now, there is a difference, and a strong and a sharp difference in English between I won't tell him, which is I won't tell him, is I will not tell him, or I don't want to tell him. Yes, you came back to non voglio, which is I don't want. I don't want, it's not I won't tell him. I want to make the sharp distinction in English between I won't do it or I don't want to do it. So again, I don't tell you because I don't want to tell you.
Non gli dico. Non gli dico.
Non gli dico.
Perché?
Perché? I don't want to tell you.
Non voglio dirgli. Hook it?
Dirgli.
Dirgli.
No, dirgli would be to tell him.
Oh, dirlei.
Dirle. Will in English expresses the future tense, but not always. It expresses the future tense in English except whenever you start a sentence in English with will you, implying will you please, then it is not the future tense. Then it's just it's a polite request, a polite way not to use the imperative. Instead of saying, tell me where it is, don't say, will you please tell me? Will you tell me? Then that will you tell me does not mean will you sometime in the future when you get around to it. But will you here in English does not mean the future tense. Unless you use a question with a question mark. Will you tell me? Yes, after you find out sometime in the future, will you then tell me? But if it is not a question, just will you tell me? Will you please tell me? Or in English also, would you? Would you tell me? So will you please or would you please? In Italian, just vuole. Vuole. Of course, instead of Vuole, you can also say, can you tell me? Può. And the second verb, the second and third verb, is always the full verb, the two formal again. To tell is
dire.
Dire. So he will tell me would be
Mi dirà.
right. Say it again.
Mi dirà.
Mi dirà. And he won't tell me. He won't tell me.
Non mi dirà.
Right. Non mi dirà. So he won't tell me is he will not tell me. Non mi dirà. He doesn't want to tell me.
Non mi vuol. No. Non vuol dirmi.
Non vuole dirmi. Yes. But you can also say non mi vuol dire. Non mi vuole dire. Will you tell me would be? Will you please tell me? Please, per favore.
Per favore.
Per favore. So will you please tell me would be?
Per favore, mi dirà. Dire. Ra.
Ra, right. Ra, for I will. Ra, for you, he, she, it will.
Per favore, mi dirà.
Okay. You just said, will you in a question with a question mark, please, will you tell me sometime when you get around to it?
Yes.
Me dirà? Will you? Will you ever tell me? Me dirà? But this is not what you mean in English when you say, will you please tell me where it is? Will you please tell me?
Then it's vuole dirmi.
Right. Vuole dirmi. Now you can throw in per favore if you wish. Yes, please. Vuole dirmi. So whether you say, will you tell me, or in English also, would you tell me? Would you? So it's will you please, or would you please? Vuole. Again, will you tell me would be?
Vuol dirmi. Vuol dirmi.
Vuole dirmi. Me. Why don't you want to tell me?
Perché non mi vuol dire?
Yes. So, again, how would you say he won't tell me?
Non mi dirà.
Non mi dirà. I won't tell you.
Non le dirò.
Yes, say it again.
Non le
Le
dirò.
Non le dirò. That's right. Non le dirò. I will tell you later.
Le dirò più tardi.
Right. Le dirò più tardi. I won't tell you now.
Non le dico adesso.
There is some, yes, fine. I'm not telling you now. Yes.
Or you could say, non le dirò adesso.
Yes. Non le dirò. It's still, I won't tell you, still I will not tell you. Non le dirò. So will, so want, will not, then you use either the present tense or the rò and dremo. Except, again, in English, when you start a sentence with will you tell me would be, meaning, that means, will you please tell me? Yes.
Vuol me dire.
No. Yes. When the second
Dirmi.
Dirmi, right.
Vuole
I'm sorry, but, which is
Mi dispiace.
mi dispiace.
Ma.
Ma. Now, if you take off the dis, then you get mi
piace.
Mi piace, which means it pleases me or I like, which is used very much in Italian. Mi piace. Mi piace molto. I like very much. Mi piace molto. I like very much to do it, would be.
Mi piace molto farlo.
Mi piace molto farlo. But I don't like to do it now.
Ma non mi piace. Ma mi piace non.
No.
Non mi Ma non mi piace
to do it.
Farlo adesso.
Right. Ma non mi piace farlo adesso. I will do it later, if I have the time.
Lo farò.
Right. Lo farò.
Right.
So it's only when you use the whole verb to do it.
Right.
Yes. Instead of, then you hook it on farlo.
Lo farò.
Right. Later.
Più tardi.
Più tardi.
Più tardi.
Right.
Se.
If is se I have the time.
O. Il tempo.
Right. Se o il tempo. Or se o tempo if I have
Se o
time.
tempo.
Yes. Again, I like would be
Mi piace.
mi piace. I like very much to speak Italian.
Mi piace molto parlare italiano.
Right. Mi piace molto parlare italiano. If you want to say, do you like, would be, does it please you, to you, would be...
Gli. No, lei.
Le.
Lei.
Yes.
Yeah. Lei piace.
Right. Le piace. Yes. Le piace would be, you like. Do you like? You use the inflection to a question. Le piace? You like? I don't like to stay here would be.
Mi dispiace? O non mi piace?
Right. Yes. Mi dispiace becomes already, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, okay. Non mi piace?
To stay.
Stare?
Here.
I can't remember.
Qui.
Qui.
Qui. Non mi piace stare qui. So again, I like very much to do it.
Mi piace molto farlo.
Right. Mi piace molto farlo. I want to do it would be...
Voglio farlo.
Right. But I won't do it.
Ma non farò.
It.
Ma non lo farò.
Right. So I won't do it. I will not do it. Non lo farò. I want to do it once more.
Voglio farò. Farlo. Farlo.
Not farlo, but farlo. You hook on the law.
Oh, it's only in the future.
Only in the future.
Do you emphasize
ra
the
and
end?
ra? That's
Yes.
when you hit the endings. Yes.
Yes.
But here you have actually two words to do it that come together. The law is hooked on. They're hooked on to fare, but instead of, but you drop the the e, and you have
farlo.
Farlo.
Voglio farlo.
Voglio farlo. So I don't want to do it now.
Non voglio farlo adesso.
Right. Non voglio farlo adesso. I won't do it.
Non voglio farlo. Oh, or non lo farò.
Right. Yes, because what you said before, non voglio farlo, that means...
I will not do it. I will not do it. I won't do it.
And there's a big difference in English between I do not want, non voglio, I do not want to do it, or I don't want to do it, and I won't do it. It's important. So please watch it, the difference between, once more, I want to do it.
Voglio farlo.
Right, voglio farlo. Now, the pronoun it can also be put way up front. You can say, like I want it to do.
Voglio.
I want it.
Voglio.
No, either it comes way up front,
or even
or
right
you
at
hook
the
it
beginning.
on.
So you'd say lo
Right.
voglio fare.
Right, lo voglio fare. So you cannot say voglio lo fare. That does not exist. Yes. So you can continue just hooking it on, voglio farlo, but it's important to understand if somebody says to you, lo voglio fare. It's the same. So if you want to say, I cannot do it now, would be...
Non posso farlo adesso.
Right. Non posso farlo. Non posso farlo adesso. But you can also say, I cannot do it now. Non
lo
cannot.
posso fare.
Right. Non lo posso fare adesso. So either way, you can continue non posso farlo, but it's important to understand also if somebody says to you, non lo posso fare. I cannot tell you where it is because I don't know it.
Non le posso dire.
Yes. Non le posso dire.
Le dove?
No.
Where it is.
Where is?
Dove?
Dove.
Dove.
And it is? Right. So?
Dove.
Dove. Right. Yes. Non le posso dire dove. Because I don't know it.
Perché non le
I know is
so.
So is right. So. S-O. So.
Non lo so.
Non lo so. Right. Non lo so. So, non, you said non le posso dire.
Yes.
I cannot tell you. But instead of non le posso dire, you can also say non
posso dirle.
Right.
Non posso dirle perché.
No, where it is.
Oh. Dove.
Right. Because I don't know it.
Perché non lo so.
Right. Perché non lo so. Yes. I want to tell you something. Would be.
Voglio cosa dirle.
I want to tell you something.
Qualcosa. Voglio dirle qualcosa.
Right. Say it again.
Voglio dirle qualcosa. Dirle.
No, it's not dirle, but
dirle.
It is, you have two words that are connected now. To say or to tell is dire. So dirle.
Dirle.
Not dirle.
Right, okay.
Dirle.
Voglio dirle qualcosa.
Right. Voglio dirle qualcosa. I won't tell you.
Non le dirò.
Right. Yes. Is that clear? I won't tell you, so I will not tell you. non le dirò. But I want to tell you is I want. Voglio dirle. What is, it pleases me.
Mi piace.
Mi piace. You like would be, it pleases you.
Lei piace.
Le piace. Le piace. Yeah. How would you say, does it displease you? Instead of le piace, make it
Le dispiace?
Le dispiace, yes. Le dispiace. And doesn't it displease you would be?
Le dispiace.
Does it not displease you?
Non le piace.
Non le
Dispiace.
Non le dispiace, yes. That non le dispiace, if you wish, you can use that for if you don't mind. Non le dispiace dirmi, yes. It's another way of saying, will you please tell me, if you don't mind. Yes. So that, if you don't, so now you can replace the will you, but if you don't mind to tell me, if you don't mind to do it, if you don't mind to wait or whatever, non le dispiace.
Non le dispiace dirmi.
Right. That would be, don't you mind to tell me? Yes. Won't you mind tell me? Whichever way. It's another way of saying, please tell me. What you want to say would be?
Cosa
Do you want to say?
Cosa vuole dire?
Yes. Cosa vuol dire? Cosa vuole dire? Cosa vuol dire? What do you want to say? The combination of want to say in Italian expresses to mean.
Yes.
Yes. So if you say cosa vuol dire, that means that can mean what do you mean, what does he mean, what does she mean, or what does it mean. To explain is spiegare. Spiegare. S-P-I-E-G-A-R-E. Spiegare. Spiegare. To explain. Spiegare. Will you please explain to me? Will you please just... Yes.
Vuol spiegarmi. Spiegarmi.
Right. Vuol spiegarmi. Yes.
Vuol spiegarmi.
How would you say, will you explain it to me? Will you or would you please explain it to me?
Vuol spiegarmi.
Spiegarmi is will you explain me or to me? Will you explain it to me?
Vuolo spiegarmi.
But
Vuolo spiegarmi.
Spie. Don't break it up.
Spiegarmi. Vuolo spiegarmi.
No. No, you could say vuol los.
Would you put the preposition at the beginning? Would you say, is it that you'd
Right.
say lo vuol?
Right, no, lo vuole. Yes.
Spiegarmi. Me spie. Do you want to put the me before the verb?
Okay.
So it'd be lo vuol me.
No. No. Either you put it, if it is one or two pronouns, yes, me, it. Either you put it up front or you both on to the full verb, to the infinitive.
Would this be a mello one? No.
That's right.
Yeah, vuol mello spiegare.
No.
No.
Me lo vuol
Oh.
spiegare.
Yes.
Spiegare.
Spiegare. Say that again. That was good.
Me lo vuol spiegare.
Right. Me lo vuol spiegare. Yes. So either you put the me lo up front, yes, me lo vuole spiegare, or you hook it on, both of them. How would you say it? Will you tell it to me?
Vuol.
Once more?
Vuol.
Mm-hmm.
Spiegar. Spiegar. You wouldn't say spiegar mello.
Why not?
Oh.
Try it.
Okay.
Try it and we'll find out.
Okay. Vuol spiegar mello.
Yes, except that now you have 3 words, yes, but they're all spelled in one. You don't hit the mello.
Spiega mello.
No. The verb is
spiegar.
right.
Spiegar.
Spiegar, and now you hook it on. Right.
Spiegar mello.
Once more.
Spiegar mello.
Spiegarmelo.
Oh, spiegarmelo.
Spiegarmelo. Right. Spiegarmelo. So why can't you explain it to me? I want to know it.
Perché non può?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Or do you want to non vuol?
Either way is fine, yes. So
Perché?
whether you say, why can't you explain it to me? Why won't you explain it to me? Why don't you want to explain it to me? Yes.
Okay. Perché non vuol spiegarmelo?
Right. Yes. Perché non vuole spiegarmelo? So how do you say, I don't know what it means.
Non lo so.
Non lo so, so I don't know it.
Oh. Non so.
And what in the middle is, do you remember that?
Ciocche.
Ciocche is right. Non so ciocche.
Ciocche.
It means.
Vuol dire.
Mm-hmm.
Dire? No, vuol dire.
Yes.
Yeah. Ciocche vuol dire.
Ciocche vuol dire. So, non so. Ciocche vuol dire. I don't know what it means. So, what it means, or what you mean, or what he means, and so on. To wait is
aspettare.
Aspettare. Aspettare. To expect. To expect. To wait. Aspettare. So, words with CT in English, there's no, usually becomes a double T in Italian. So, aspettare. Will you please wait for me?
Vuol mi aspetta. Or vuol mi aspettare. Vuol mi aspetterà. Aspettere.
To wait is?
Aspettere.
Hmm?
No, aspettare. Okay. Vuol mi aspettare.
What is to do?
Fare.
Fare. How would you say? Will you do it, please?
Vuol farlo.
Farlo and not lo fare. Yes. When you have the whole verb, you hook it on.
Right.
Yes. Again, will you do it? Would be
vuol farlo.
Right. Vuole farlo. Yes.
So it would be.
So can you wait? How would you say? Can you do it for me?
Può farlo per me.
Right. Yes. Può farlo per me. Now, how would you say, will you wait for me? Will you await me, please, would be.
Vuol aspettarmi.
Once more? Yes?
Vuol aspettarmi.
I couldn't quite hear the ending.
Aspettarmi.
Right. Yes. So vuol, or vuol aspettarmi. So can you wait for me would be. Can you wait for me?
You can use either può or vuol, can't
Yes.
you? Yes.
Può or vuol.
Vuol aspettarmi.
Right. So vuol or vuole aspettarmi. Will you wait for me? Or può aspettarmi.
Può
Can you wait for
aspettarmi.
me? Yes. Vuol aspettarmi, per favore. Yes.
Per favore.
Yes. There is c'è. C'è. Yes. So is, and c'è. Yes, there is. So I want to know where there is a good restaurant near here. I want to know.
Voglio sapere.
Yes. Voglio sapere. I want to know where.
Dove.
There is.
C'è.
Dove c'è. A good restaurant.
Un buon ristorante.
Ristorante. And near here, around here, in Italian you want to say here in vicinity. Meaning here, qui, vicino.
Qui vicino.
Qui vicino, yes. Qui vicino, yes. Or you can say, it is not far. Far would be lontano, lontano, distante, a distant, distante, or lontano, mostly lontano. So it is not far, would be. It is not.
I've forgotten it.
It is not.
Non è.
Non è.
Non è lontano.
Right. Non è lontano. You can walk would be.
Può. I don't think.
Andare.
Oh, andare.
Right. Può andare. Yes. Può andare. Actually, può andare. You can go. And walk on foot. Yes. Would be andare a piedi. Piedi, pedestrian. Piedi, a piedi. On foot. Andare. Può andare a piedi. Non è lontano. Yes. It is not far. So, again, will you tell me where it is? Because I cannot find it, would be.
Vuol
Tell me.
dirmi.
Right. Può dirmi where it is.
Dove.
Dove? Yes. Dove?
Dove.
Because I cannot find it.
Perché non posso lo trovare. Or trovarlo. Non posso trovarlo.
So what is it? Is it either or?
It
or
is
not?
either or. I think. It can be either or.
No, it cannot
Oh,
be.
can't. Oh.
No, it cannot be. So, when you have the whole verb, the infinitive, you hook it on. Non posso trovarlo. There is an either or. Yes, you can put the law way up front. Yes, not right in front of the infinitive, but non posso trovarlo. Yes, that would come before posso. Non lo posso trovare. Yes, but you cannot say non posso lo trovare. Yes, is that clear now?
Yes.
Yes, non
Non
So,
lo
so
posso
non posso
trovare.
trovarlo o non lo posso trovare. I want to see it would be
Voglio vederlo.
right. Voglio vederlo. Yes, but you can also say, but you don't have to. I threw it in also more for comprehension if somebody says it, because
And then
you do have two correct options here. Non posso vederlo, but I don't want to see it. But you can. Non posso vederlo. I cannot see it. Or non
lo posso vederlo.
No.
Non lo posso vedere. Vedere.
Right. Non lo posso vedere. And I don't want to see it. Non
lo voglio vedere. Vedere.
Right. Non lo voglio vedere. Yes.
Or
non voglio
vederlo.
Right. Non voglio vederlo. Either way. When you say that's not possible that way?
Non possibile.
It is not possible.
Non è possibile così.
Right. Non è possibile così. I'm sorry, but that is not acceptable for me that way.
Mi dispiace, ma mi dispiace.
Mi dispiace, yes.
Ma non è accettabile.
Accettabile is right. Accettabile.
Per me così.
Right. So, mi dispiace, ma non è accettabile per me così. Words ending in ENT or ANT in English is ent and ante. It is not very different that way, would be
It is non è
very different.
Non è molto differente così.
Right. Non è molto differente così. But it is very important for me.
Ma è molto importante.
Molto importante.
Molto importante per me.
Right. Ma è molto importante per me. So, it is very urgent would be.
È molto urgente.
Right. È molto urgente. Sure. Sicuro. Is sure. Certo. Certain. Certamente. Certainly. Yes. If you want to say I'm quite sure, you remember quite? Proprio. So I'm quite sure.
Sono proprio
Sicuro.
sicuro.
Secure. Sicuro.
Sicuro.
Sicuro. O certo.
Certo.
Certain. So evident would be?
Evidente.
Evidente, yes. Evidente. Yes. And words ending in eri in English will end in ario. So necessary would be
necessario.
Necessario. It is not necessary for me now.
Non è necessario per me adesso.
Right. Non è necessario per me adesso. Contrary would be?
Contrario.
Contrario. On the contrary would be at the contrary, al. Yes. Al contrario. Al contrario. So, on the contrary, I do want to buy it.
Al contrario. Al contrario.
I do want.
Voglio.
Right, very good.
Comprarlo.
Right, voglio comprarlo. Voglio comprarlo. So vocabulary would be
vocabulario.
Vocabulario. Then words in English ending in ENCE and ANCE. Difference would be differenza. ENC would be enza and ANCE anza. Answer with EN, Z or Z, A, and answer AN, Z or Z, A. Answer. So, again, difference would be
Differenza.
differenza. The difference, all the ca words are la. So the difference would be
La differenza.
La differenza. And a difference would be una.
Una differenza.
Una differenza. What difference would be che or quale? Quale differenza, which difference? Or che differenza. Importance would be
Importanza.
importanza. How would you say? There is a difference. There is.
C'è.
C'è is right. Yes. Spelled C apostrophe E with an accent. C'è. There is. So actually, it's a contraction of chi. Chi means there. Chi also means us and ourselves. I'm going to go into it a little later. So chi. So c'è is there is. So there is a difference would be
C'è una differenza.
c'è una differenza. The M uses MA in Italian.
Problema.
Problema, yes. Though you have an A here, but both MAs are il problema, not la. So un problema, a problem. So there is a problem would be
C'è un problema.
c'è un problema, yes. System would be
Sistema.
sistema. Most words in English ending in ION will be, for instance, condition would be condizione. Condizione. Again, in Italian, you don't have consonant at the end of a word. So condizione is condition. And all the IONs, and there are about 1,000 of them, are la words. Yes. So the condition would be
La condizione.
la condizione. Position would be
Posizione.
posizione. Situation,
La situazione.
la situazione. But reservation in Italian is a pre-booking, meaning a pre-notation, which is prenotazione. Prenotazione is reservation. So it's a pre-booking. Prenotare would be to reserve, to book, to pre-book, to pre-note, pre-put it on the note, yes. Prenotare. So, how would you say, I will make a reservation for you. I will make a reservation.
Farò.
Right. Farò
Una prenotazione.
Prenotazione
per lei.
Right. Farò una prenotazione per lei. How would you say, will you please make a reservation for me?
Vuol.
Right. Vuole.
Fare.
Yes.
Una prenotazione
for me.
Per me.
Right. So here we have the will you please. How would you say, would you please make a reservation for me?
It would be the same.
The same, right.
But whether I can get it right.
So,
vuol fare
right.
una prenotazione per me?
Right, all right, very good. Vuol fare una prenotazione. Vuol fare una prenotazione per me? Will you please make a reservation for me?
Vuol fare una prenotazione per me, per favore?
Right. Yes. Vuol fare una prenotazione per me, per favore. If you want to say confirmation, that is another little exception. In Italian, instead of conformazione, you don't say that, but you will just say conferma. Conferma. La conferma is the confirmation. Yes. How would you say? Do you have the confirmation of the reservation for me for tonight?
Is it il because it's ma? Is it il ferma?
No,
it's
okay. La.
La, okay.
Yes. Yes.
Alla ferma.
That was a good question because I just told you
yes.
that usually the MAs,
right.
yes. But this is not the original word, yes.
Right. Oh, I see.
Yes.
Contraction.
Fermazione became ferma,
right.
yes.
Okay. La firma.
Ferma.
Ferma. Per me.
Off is D. D. D-I. So off the reservation.
Sorry, can you give me the sentence
you
again?
have the confirmation of the reservation for me.
La conferma.
Alla
conferma.
Di prenotazioni per me stasera.
Della
prenotazione. Della prenotazione per me stasera.
Right. If you want to say what kind of reservation, what kind, in Italian you say what type of. Che tipo di. Che tipo di. Tipo. What type of. So of di. So what type of or what kind of reservation do you have for me for tonight?
Che tipo di prenotazione per me?
Do you have for me?
O.
That is, do I have? Do you have? Right. For me?
Per me.
Per me?
Per me.
For tonight.
Per stasera.
Right. Yes. So, what kind of reservation? What type of reservation? Che tipo di prenotazione do you have? Per me, for me, for tonight, per stasera. Che tipo di prenotazione per me, per stasera? Another exception is vacation, which is vacanza, la vacanza, or you may want to use the plural, the vacations. In Italian would be le vacanze. Le vacanze. And to spend for time is passare. Passare also means to pass, but also to spend time. So it's passare. Passare. So like to spend, passare il tempo is to spend the time. To spend the vacation.
Passare.
Or the vacations would be.
Le vacanze.
Right. Passare le vacanze. Where are you going to spend the vacation?
Dove
Dove are you going to spend a vacation?
Passerà.
Right.
I know. I have
Very
to
good.
Dove
Not
passerà?
dove, but
Dove?
right.
Dove passerà le vacanze?
Right. Dove passerà? So passare, passerà is right. Dove passerà le vacanze? But you can also say, instead of passerà, dove passerà, you can also say dove.
Present tense.
Right. Which would be?
Passar.
It's only when you have the future, not and the present tense.
Passa.
You
Passa.
don't hit the ending.
Okay. Dove passa la vacanza?
Dove passa. Passa. Push.
Passa.
Dove passa.
Dove passa la vacanza?
La vacanza o le
vacanze.
le vacanze. Le vacanze. Dove passa le vacanze. So tonight is
Stasera.
right. Yes. So evening is sera.
Sera.
Tomorrow evening would be
Domani sera.
domani sera. Domani sera. Morning is
Mattina.
mattina. Tomorrow morning,
Domani mattina.
domani mattina. Afternoon, you remember
Pomeriggio.
Pomeriggio. So tomorrow afternoon,
Domani pomeriggio.
domani pomeriggio.